blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello. Welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. I'm your host, Melikia K, Courtney. And we're going to start like we always do, one with gratitude and two with a quick question. Let me make sure I can be heard for my hearers and my listeners. Do let me know you can hear. I'm going to switch over to that. Hey, partner, how are you? Don't hit that button. And this is how we learn. Yay. Okay, great. So, I'm waiting to make sure that I can be heard well. Okay, awesome. You can hear me. So let's move to the gratitude. The gratitude is... Ooh, I'm getting... There we go. Bam. So you guys, I'm coming to you from my mystical, magical cell phone and making sure that the DND is on. Gratitude. Very happy to be here with you guys. Can you believe, like, for real, it is the 75th episode. 75 of them counted. So I am both grateful to Cyber Divine Creator God for the instruction to come bring this podcast to the interwebs, to the peoples, and also grateful to Blast Music 247, where I go live through, as well as Melikia K Courtney channel on YouTube. So a couple of places just to show up and get the messages out, get the growth out into the water. You are welcome to grow here. I am going to share this banner as soon as I find it. So as I mentioned last week, I'm learning how to use the platform through its mobile app. It's very interesting, quite different, but I am enjoying the learning, and I think I'm enjoying the ease of it. It's a way simpler, and you get used to things, right? So I'm used to the PC, but I am learning to get used to this as well. So, boom, Merry Christmas on that. That is a quick QR code where you can go and follow blastmusic247.com. Why do you want to do that? You want to do that for two reasons. One, if you are an artist and you'd like your art shared through a podcast just like this one, go register as an artist, share your music, your video, MP4 format. And we can play it right here on podcasts. There's many to choose from. And then also, if you are a super fan, you enjoy music, you enjoy the fun things, go over there and do that. Okay, so that opportunity has been afforded to you. I have other magical buttons I want to push, but I'm going to wait. All right, so today's conversation is a full-on celebration for, hey, good evening, how are you? I'm getting faster, girl. I'm getting faster with it. I'm so excited to be learning and to be able to do this. Boom. And it's so cool because everything's like right in the line. Anyway, random conversation we have about later. Let's shut up. It's been so freaking busy since I saw you guys last Tuesday. I feel like a marathon has been run in between the week, and there's some things that I'm not going to share today, but there's some things that I am. Okay, and one of the most pressing and wonderful things, bless up, hey, that occurred over the weekend was SXP 3-Day for the women. Now, things have been in transition since our last year events, and I've been reframing the 3-day event for the women. Decided to make March a full-on sisterhood event, which means that we pull up as sisters. We are eating together, we are housing together, we are doing all of our things together and focusing on just loving one another and building one another up, right? So there's spiritual element as well. So gotta say that. The September event is a harder the paint type of event because we're erecting structures and we're moving through some spirit tenets that we won't be really touching on in March. And when I tell you the change is wonderful, right? but I wasn't expecting. And this is the conversation, kind of what we're going to have tonight. Be where you're supposed to be. Okay, keep your commitments. Now, I've been busy, like I said, the year has been really busy. And I normally have 3 months that I just intensely prepare for SXP 3 Day for the Women. I didn't have that full time this time. All right. So, and then not to mention my affiliate partner for Florida, same business, both blasted on busy this year. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We have a home, someone who committed to donate their Airbnb home. Beautiful freaking place. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. Backed out last minute. Okay, great. So just thing after thing after thing. But I'm not one of those people who I'm not going to go wrong with it. Just because something is going wrong or perceived to go wrong, I don't see it that way. I don't feel like it's going wrong. I feel it's going different. Okay, and that's a wisdom nugget if you need that for those who are experiencing that moment like you feel like things are going wrong. Maybe it's not going wrong, it's just going different than you expected. All right, gang. So peep this. Moved to the weekend, I started third. There were some last minute things I did the night before. And that's a no thing for me. I like having things done. So I have the space and the peace to just be the spirit and be clear and move how I need to move. Fast forward, y'all. When I tell you, and mind you, we're going to do an over the top conversation because I can't really go into details, it's private stuff. When I tell you that sovereign divine God was ahead of the curve as usual, I mean, was preparing us for the Monday to come, I had no idea. Like I couldn't have guessed it. I couldn't have written it. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know anything but this. And this is the absolute point that I'm offering you right now. Keep your commitments. Honor your appointed times. Now I had every opportunity to be like, hey, let's just postpone it. And there was an event that the partner had wanted to go to, and I was like, listen, this is the weekend we designated, so I do not want to not be where I'm supposed to be. Like I don't believe in that kind of thing. If I could avoid it, let me be where I said I was going to be, right? And in keeping my word, step one, in keeping the consistency, step two, I was able to experience, not just me, she was able to experience the faithfulness of that, the faithfulness of sovereign divine God pulling up like, hey, listen, this is exactly what you and everybody else present needed for these 3 days. Blown away. Now I taught. First thing I taught, and here's the truth too. So when I was preparing for everything, after the event, so we do it twice a year. It's March and September, the second weekend of both. After the event, it's usually the case where Spirit will be like, hey, listen, I'll throw my feelers out like, hey, Lord, I'm listening. For real, for real. What are we teaching or talking about the next one? Because I want to have that framework in mind and kind of keep prayerful over it while I'm acting up and doing my other things in between, okay? So sure enough, it was probably like a couple of weeks after the March event, and I got to hearing some things spiritually, and I was like, okay, I know by now to write it down. When it comes, write it down. As a creative human, I am Lady Molotov in the poet streets. I am an author. I create constantly, okay? And I know that when it comes, you write it down. When you are spirit guided and divinely instructed, you sit your tail down with that pen and paper and you write it down. Get the picture, get it down. All right, fam. I wrote it down. Now, mind you, I said that was months ago. I did like a whole bunch of other stuff in between. And I picked it back up for like about 3 months and started just writing everything out. I am that person. I believe in the list. I believe in the framework. I believe in the master run sheet. So I sat down and I wrote up the master run sheet all the way out. This is what we're going to do on Friday. This is the time we start. This is the time that's allotted for that because I believe in handling business and being timely. I want my time respected. So I'm going to respect others' time, and I want to ensure that the women, when they pull up, they are getting the most out of all of it. And the same applies with any event when the men are involved too. Same thing. All right, fast forward. So get through that part, and I go back into my notes because like I'm getting closer. It's time to get it in my mouth and in my head and get it in my heart. Make sure we're straight on it. All 3 points covered, y'all. I lost. I lost it. I could not find the mystical, magical things that I had written, and I went about my business and created more. When I tell you, when it was time to start teaching, I couldn't find the latter things that I had written, the latter things, right? And I had more instruction, more instruction. So I'm starting in the middle to the end of the instruction. How about all of it went MIA? And that's how great Sovereign Divine God is. It was like, search it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I have a search feature in my phone. Bang, pull the thing down, click in a couple of words, and pulls up the very first thing. So I taught release. Release was the first conversation, and it ended up being the most important conversation of the weekend. Release. And y'all won now. I may teach it back in the master classes. I'm really not about to teach that right now. But we move through mind, body, and spirit and work through the method that I've created to help minds release, to help bodies release, to help spirits release. Then we moved into Godfidence, building a God confidence that makes sense, not that arrogant trash. And then the receiving was the last day through. And it was, I kid you not, it was a constant reminder throughout the weekend. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And Monday was like shouting, like life was shouting it from the rooftops. Because I can tell you, for those of us who are teachers or guides or coaches or any of that, anyone in that kind of hold, when we are pouring out and helping folks grow, it's important that we have a feedback loop to make sure that the growth is actually occurring, that it's not just spaghetti to a wall, throwing it to see what sticks. I'm not that person. I fully believe that everything that I share, especially on this podcast, is for the hearer's growth. So for those who have not gotten to rock with a whole lot of episodes, I encourage you go back to the beginning when the instruction was first obeyed and I moved to teach and to help people grow through this podcast. Go binge, in other words. Go hit that number one and just let it play. So that's kind of a quick recap of the weekend. I want to tell you guys so much more, but I got to wait till I have clearance to do so. And either way, I encourage you personally to show up for yourself and your commitments and the people who need you to show up. Had I chosen to sit my tail down somewhere and go rest and recover for some of the stuff that I had been dealing with, I would not have shown up for that appointment. And out my mouth, because there was something that was said, I was like, listen, this was a divinely appointed time that I set with God. This was a God date. So every second weekend of March, every second weekend of September, you already know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be 3 days, whether it is with the women or with the men or with the youth. I'm going to be 3 days into some teaching and into some learning and into some loving. That's just it. That's just it. It's not an option. So that's kind of how that went. Move fast forward. I wanted to kind of just, I guess, straight up just keep you encouraged on being where you're supposed to be and showing up for yourself and handling your handle. And I got my notes because I know I'll be over there. There we go. Why is it important? I figured that was something to kind of touch on for folks. By keeping your word, by being where you're supposed to be, by showing up, by staying consistent. And happy 75th episode. Woo, woo, to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. I'm beyond grateful. I'm going to get back to that gratitude in just a second. Trust. The trust equity that is built up when you be honest with yourself. There we go. When you build a life of consistent action and honesty into your life, where you're not flip-flopping, where you're not allowing yourself a billion and one excuses to not do what you said you were going to do. That kind of thing, you let that foolishness go, you grow. You grow, you build a trust equity, and people begin to count on you because you're accountable and your actions match the promises you've made. You've managed to build a beautiful human in yourself. More opportunities come, projects, leadership, the whole nine of that, collaborations, and strong stronger relationships. Can I say it again? You build stronger relationships when you choose to move in that manner. And it may sound like elementary conversation, but I tell you what, I think it is one of the highest challenges many people face, being consistent. Being consistent in a healthy way. The self-respect and the confidence is also building. You're building when you remain consistent. If you say you're going to do a podcast and you start doing the podcast, why you got 15 episodes and can't nobody find you? Why you got 5 episodes and can't nobody find you? Why are you so inconsistent? When you say I'm going to write a book, 20 years down the road, you still ain't wrote that book, or you wrote that book and you still ain't released that book. What's going on? Where is your self-respect? Where is your confidence or your confidence, and that confidence in keeping your word and fighting forward and being reliable and reliant on something to find God, like for real. So a little bit of poking and prod, but a truth. All right. So you're building self-respect and confidence every time you honor your word. Honor my word, y'all. Honor my word, y'all. And guess what? I should say this too. I cooked for the event. I love my caterer. She's a beast. And when it's like 16, 20 of us, I'm straight up about to call her in because ain't nobody doing all that. Smaller group. And we were big backing it all weekend long. I'm gonna post some pictures when I get around to it. I share with some friends, but y'all, I made beef ribs and some Asian wings and some medium hot wings and cornbread and macaroni and cheese and these cups, and yo, I was just never down the DMs and say like that. Big backery was happening. It was wonderful. Okay, back to business. When you honor your word, you're building that trust and respect and confidence into yourself, and it creates something that's measurable. You can measure my actions, you can measure my behavior, you can measure my belief systems, you can measure my creativity, even somewhat. You can measure my showing up, my reliance, because I'm here, and I've been here because I said it would be, not just here. And that's the thing, you'll find that it's not going to show up in just one area. All right. When you build that into your character, into your nature, into your being, it will be a part of who you are. Identifiable and measurable. Let's go. Measurable by you increase your follow through. All right. For those folks who start goals and abandon them, that goes away when you commit to being consistent. Okay. When you commit to being consistent, you reduce the procrastination. There we go. The procrastination minimizes because your commitment is made. You've decided to do it and you're doing it. The excuses somehow magically seem to die on the vine because you're not allowing them the water and the sunlight. You are allowing them to go off and die so you can be consistent and reliant and measurable and show up. Get the picture. All right. And then for 3, I'm only popping off 3 points for that. Get the picture. Make sure you have notes. If you did not take notes, you know how to press replay. All right. Tangible achievements. There is something to be said about being able to touch it, being able to see it, not to just think it and dream. It is beautiful to dream. I have a wonderful imagination, trust, and I can create these images in my mind, and then also I'm receptive to the ether, the ancestors, sovereign divine God, on images created, and it is wonderful to be able to hold it tangibly. Okay, it's amazing to be the founder of Sanctuary Experience. It is amazing to be the founder and to be able to say this weekend was our 10th experience, our 10th. It was not easy every time. It was quite costly every time. It has been more than the money of it, the energy and the labor of love that it is to come together and to hold, maintain, and provide a space where the presence of the Lord rests, where the energy and the transitions can occur. You talk about these people who love to experience transmutation. All right. You want to move from your point A to point B. And it seems like you have a hell of a block at 8.5. 8.5 is an issue. You ain't been able to get past it. Da, da, da. There's something amazing that happens during those 3 days that have allowed women to transition through the trauma, transition through the belief systems that are sucky, transition through the blame and the arrogance and the stupidity, transition through the hating of men, which I find wasteful and reckless. We have had even transition through private terrors and abuses. All right. So they have done amazing work, committed, consistent, present work, and not just myself. Beautiful team. A team of folk who care about one another. When you get that kind of love in one space, y'all quit playing. Can you imagine what gets done? And it is measurable. Get the picture. I have tangible results, and I believe that I'm not the only person who desires tangible results. I can't believe one bit that I'm the only one who desires tangible results. Doubt, doubt, doubt. All right. Keeping your word is consistent action. Consistent action. Do not be one who allows yourself a constant excuse instead. I get it. Life be life, and sometimes and things can happen. And sometimes you need to fall back and postpone. You need to fall back and gather and get it together, and so you can go forward. That look back, and one thing I've been just audibly speaking for myself, I click back into alignment so I can move forward. I click back into alignment with God so I can move forward. And that is how, that's something that's really been working for me. I share that with you. But keeping your actions consistent, that is how you move into a tangible achievement, something that you can truly measure. Complete your projects, finish your tasks, meet your deadlines instead of making excuses as to why you didn't. And again, I point out from the beginning, it ain't go exactly how I desired that it would go. And normally we just try to come out the pocket, boom, here and da 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 da. But I am making room for people who care about what I care about, for people who are interested in loving people back to life and have that tertiary cash where they can invest in what we're doing, where they can invest in some of the leaders who I get to love on during these events. I mean, folks who have communities who pour themselves out constantly and then find their cup kind of empty. And I am blessed and grateful and favored to be able to pour back into them. And then by building and loving them back to life, loving their community. Very effective. And I'm grateful for that. All right. Tangible progress towards your goals. This matters in your bottom line, with your income. It matters in your fitness goals. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm very proud of my bro, Wallace Reed. He went on a fitness journey and he has dropped so much weight, and he's not doing it reckless. He's doing it the right way. Right. So he made that goal. He's been working on that goal, and fam is looking good. Okay. So it translates. It's tangible. You're going to see your results at first. Maybe nobody believes you. Maybe nobody even paying attention to listening. And maybe it's a trickle, just a little here, a little there. But here comes the flood. All right, here comes the flood. And when the flood comes, the flood of lights, the flood of eyes, the flood of attention, the flood of did you do what you said you were going to do? When that flood comes, you will be ready and have something to show for your being and your existence. My over 30 people, I'm sure you're measuring by now. And if you're not, it's time for you to start measuring by now. What are you doing with your life? All right, my over 40 people, you better have something to measure. My over 50 people, hallelujah. And I understand and I believe in the restarts. If you need a restart, amen. Keep what works, ditch what don't. But be consistent. I think that's fair to say. And I wanted to share something fun and random with you guys, but I'll do that in just a minute. I wanted to make sure to say my notes. Oh, yes. It's something when you have a community, when you are a part of a community and a trusted, a confident, a consistent part of a community, you're a base and a pillar, and people can lean in and rely on you. Are you reliable? All right, and that's a question that I will pose to you. I'm not sitting right next to you, so I can't really hear your answer. You're welcome to drop it in the chat. be honest with yourself. Like really, really sit and be honest with yourself. Are you reliable? And if you are not reliable, what needs to grow in you? What do you need to seed and build and feed and water and prune and grow in you to be reliable? All right. What is it that you're supposed to be doing? What were you supposed to say yes to? Because I definitely did my running. I did not want to sit still and do a podcast. Initially, I was like, nah, I'm good because I'm already speaking, I'm already training, I'm already performing. I have communities, like I'm already out there doing these things. I'm supporting different things that I believe in, different charities and different beliefs, projects that I believe in, right? So, but when Southern God says, listen, I'm gonna need you to XYZ, well, I'm gonna XYZ every time. So this was part of my XYZ, and I'm very grateful. Like I really am. I'm so grateful to just be obedient, and then to see after being obedient all of the things that come. I'm like, oh, and sometimes you're not gonna see. You're not gonna see till you obey. Period. And it is as our parents said to us when we were young: do what I said do. My mama did. I don't know if your mom said that. Do what I said do. And after I did it, I understood. I wanted to answer. I want them answers first. Why? All of the nah. There's something about being obedient and being consistent and building that greatness into yourself with some consistent action and some clarity, people. So those are the initial things that I wanted to share with you. And then moving from that, it being the 75th episode, like I'm blown away. So I have prepared a toast. Now I don't know if you have a drink next to you. I'm not sure what you're sipping on while you're learning. I have my happy cup, and in my cup I have some cinnamon clove tea. So I'm gonna toast with my cinnamon clove tea. Let's go. 75 episodes, can you believe it? That's 75 hours plus, y'all, of us talking, laughing, sometimes oversharing. Yeah, I do that sometimes. And hopefully saying at least one or two smart things along the way. I'm hoping that you're learning along the way. So to every single person who's been tuning in, you could have been binging reality TV, you could have been scrolling cat videos, doing anything instead of growing with me. But I am grateful that you're right here growing with SXP MetaMorphosis 365. And that says a lot about your character. So kudos and congratulations to you. Or maybe it just says you needed background noise. I don't know what you were doing while you were listening. Maybe even laundry, but either way, I am grateful to have you here. Let's see. So we've stumbled through, oh God, my tech issues, but I'm learning and chased me down rabbit holes. We done hopped down a few thoughts and started a few fires, and I've gotten a few shadow shots about some of my views and opinions, but that's okay too. We're gonna live, right? And you've heard my mom and dad jokes, so it's like some awful side jokes here and there, and I'm grateful. Let's see, but we've grown. Like that is the whole point. We've grown, and I'm grateful for the feedback. I have listened and considered and widened my view and perspective because of some of you who sent me messages. I'm grateful. And I read those and I respond. Okay, so here's to the past 75, to the wisdom we've shared, the laughter that carried us, and the community that makes it all worth doing. Absolutely, y'all. May the next 75 be even bigger, better, braver, bolder, and just as delightfully unpredictable. Raise your glass to growth, to laughter, and to the listeners of the podcast. Could never be the same without you. Cheers. Yahoo. I got cheers in there. Yay. So I'm happy to celebrate with you. And I'm still learning these buttons. There we go. Do-do-do. I do my best to show the comments so that after when I hit replay, I can enjoy and watch everything through. Now, on that note, it is 31 after, so I do have to pause for like the stationary breaks, and then I'll come back and we will resume watch I take. Let's see. That button. Oh, she is learning. Let's see. So when I mentioned earlier about following Blast Music 247 and being able to share your music, actually I'm going to do the inverted because we're going to party a little bit. Oh, happy me. I'm going to do this first, and then I'll share that.
He loved her while grabbing her body to pull her into loving arms. He loves her while grabbing the headboard. He loved her while choking her gently till the lights went out. No words, no doubt of passive insensitivities. Loved her safest in his mind when she was on her knees or him flat on his back, staring dreamily into eyes. Got the feeling that she danced lively in a world full of danger. Stranger the happenings, the more captivating. His thick hair and comely bulges caused her budget to decrease. Steadily efforts paid to please him, paycheck his being back together. Prayer, positive words, and whatever alabaster box that bastarded-hearted curmudgeon called for or demanded. Silently bewitching pulls, wormholes she laced her tongue through. Unknown galaxies awaited, worm on the hook, she baited him with clarity. Oceanic love, skydiving insanity, plunging to her need. His strong arms kept her as she bleed to death. Without him, there's no man left on earth. Amazonian crown, king, queen, royalty, she bowed her head. Crowns rolling off down Brown's legs like meatballs from a top spaghetti. Heavy is the crown. Water, I'm so thirsty now. Help me, she tried to scream out. Only thing is, that's exactly what he was doing. Healing her from life. Bewildered, suffocating all the knots, it's not what you think. He only sought to return her life to ink. Rewrite. And maybe next time she'd get it right. Or perhaps not. In body and out, they've been each other's operator. I need a way out for one another. Not just acquainted breaths, but been friend, mother, sister, lover, wife. Elemental air, broken bread, saline, love of my life. Catalyst, antagonist, and prime. Singuloid, that one mind. Yeah, this time, she loved him without grip. She loved him as the stingers pierced daily in and out of her. Allergy, world blurry, and she couldn't see. She loved him through hot to cold, black mold, sweaty walls. Tongue to left and to right, mirrors to souls of soul, dangling disco balls of flashes. Lifetimes hanging walls of memories. Did I find him, or did he find me? Conspiracy, focus synchronicities to ensure love was rubbed like that wood stump of a famous tree. It's showtime. Legs already broken, so she can't stand. He's already guilty by the placement of his hands, fingerprinted, reminders all over her body, toes to thumb. She inhaled her last breath, tears rolling down, and he comes. Pleasure, pure agony. He rapid to enter, 3 strokes and he's centered. She's gone from this realm, and he's going with her.
Hola, 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 and we're back. That is Lady Molotov with Inverted Love. You can catch it on all streaming platforms. And I thought it'd be fun to share that first. As I mentioned before, as a Blast artist, you have the opportunity to submit your music and then have it come in. That was funny. Okay, great. Magic. And have it shared. So we're going to do that and bam.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. Everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going, merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future you be knowing. So here's my message to you: ain't no person on earth that can outdo you. Be yourself unto yourself, you'll be honored that you knew you. Only you can be your rock when it ain't no one else around. And if you don't love yourself, then the only way is down. But I believe in you, I see you got some dreams in you. Full speed ahead, I see you got some steam in you. Just keep chugging away, be grateful for every day that you get to bless the world with such a beautiful face. Let your shadow make the chase, let your heart dictate the pace, let your mind give you the strength, and let your spirit run the race. I bet your ancestors cheering, see in the path you clearing, nothing worth fearing, every lesson worth hearing. But every now and again they try to break you. Lean into them wounds even though they might be painful, and when they heal the scars, that's when you gon' see a breakthrough. I'm praying that you make do with every resource within your grasp. Multiply it forth and be generous with your math. Kindness in your hand, willing to understand that every single second you get is another dance, and every single moment you breathe is another chance to do something you love, to always rise above. Parting for the past, don't let that trauma beat you up. Be gentle with your mental and everything you done been through. End of the day, you're the reason I grabbed a pencil, so I could draw you up a motivational stencil, tracing the inspiration, make way for the destination. 'Cause trust me, I can see all of the places that you're headed, and I'm here to let you know you ain't gonna never reach a dead end. Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. Everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you.
Who shot you?
Okay, that's Demi Day. Can't be like you. So, as Demi Day did, go on over to Blast Music 247, submit your excellent, wonderful music video, and have it shared with one of the podcasts here. I enjoy that song, and I'm over here getting my A on right there with it. So, dope music, check it out. So, back to business. I enjoyed that moment of break. It is important to me that I offer reinforcement, because I don't want to just tell you to do something, right? And I share my stories, I share life with you guys, and I teach very much in a lecture style. I understand that. So if you're listening, you're catching, you grow. All right. Same time, I want to give those who need a pen, a pen and a direct unwrapped candy. How about that? Here goes some candy for you. One, when it comes to being consistent, you want to make sure that you start small and you build slowly. This is not a race. This is not a race. This is life. All right. And I'm not saying drag it out and be lazy about it. No, I'm not saying that. I am saying that you can start small, that you can build slowly. Okay. So try to do the necessary. First things first, clearly define what it is, what you are after. All right, know where you're going. That is like hopping in the car. I'm one of those humans. If I want to go get lost for the day, it's wonderful. I hop in the car, go get lost. If I'm on my way back, go find an adventure to follow to. That's one thing, right? When I'm on that. But when I'm on missions, which is most of the time, I know exactly where I'm going. I can put the address into the GPS. I can give Uber the exact address. See what I'm saying? I know where I'm going. I'm not just off wandering. I have a goal. So don't just go off wandering all the time. Sometimes it's fun. Yes, yes, yes. But when you're building for growth, you want to know where you're going, i.e. be clear. What do you want? What do you need? What are you after? Boom, let's move. So you focus on one habit. I've talked to you guys about habits and how to build habit. If you were not a part of that conversation, go find it. It's in one of these podcasts. I don't know what episode. Go binge. So I'm focused on one habit and one task. How about that? One habit and one task at a time, and master it before adding more. If you are not a person who's good at time management, start there, because time management is going to be the key to helping you build anything else. You've got to get a hold of how you manage your time. Same 1,440 minutes that everybody else gets. You get the same 1440 that Beyonce gets. How effective is she with her 1440? All right. Or whoever it is that you admire, if it's a pastor, if it's a singer, Maverick City, those singers, you get the same 1,440 minutes that they get. What are you doing with your 1,440 minutes? How are you managing it? How is it helping you? What do your habits look like during it? If you do not know, there is no judgment. There is no condemnation. You get yourself a pen and paper and a nice little handy dandy notebook, and you write down what you are doing. Put an alarm in your phone. Let that bat ring off every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, and document what you are doing. If you doom scrolling, write down, I'm doom scrolling. Be honest. If you're scratching your butt and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, hey, I'm shaking off. Be honest. If you're on purpose and you're working on a task, okay, I'm 30 minutes into this task and I've got about 30 more minutes to go. If you have a project and some deadlines, I've gotten these broken down into smaller milestones. I've accomplished 3 of those. 5 needs to be done by the end of the day, so I'm on it. Whatever it is that you are on, be honest. Don't BS yourself, because if you lie to yourself, that's the only one you're lying to. Ain't nobody else believing it and falling for it. So don't waste your time. Be honest and see where you are investing your time. If you're on metas and you're not someone who's building a public brand as a personality or such, and you're on medias 5 and 6 hours a day, you're bugging. I'm just going to give that to you for free. So focus on one habit or task, all right, at a time, and master that too. You want to create a clear routine. Create a clear routine. Create a clear routine. There's so much to be said about that. And this is, maybe I'll do a complete thought podcast on it, but let's start for that. When you have a structure, like when you know I'm going to get up at this particular time, I'm going to have breakfast at this particular time, or within this window, for my window people, within this window of time, I'm going to do that. Within this window of time, I'm going to do that. It takes away the decision fatigue. The fatigue of having to make every minute decision every freaking day, saying things that you could autopilot. Please autopilot what you can by making a schedule. Please, oh, please, oh, please. All right. So you want to set specific times for specific tasks, your workout time, your laundry time, your cooking time for those who do prep. Even for those who don't do prep, have a ballpark if you don't want to have an exact. If having an exact is going to make you feel away, tight, or overly pressured, I'm not saying do that. But for those of us who freaking love having the time in mind, and there are times where I blow through that time. I'm busy, I'm working on a project, I'm engrossed in it, and hours have passed. But I have my clock, and I like it. There's certain things when I say, hey, listen, the next 3 days, I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost for the next 3 days because I'm writing, and you will not find me. See what I'm saying? So set your time, set your calendar, set your schedule, and give yourself the ease from being in a fatigue state of having to make decisions by autopiloting what you can. 3, you want to track your progress. That is a beautiful thing. I believe in the celebration, i.e. celebrating consistency today. Yeah. You would like to track your progress because this way you can celebrate your wins. It is wonderful to celebrate even the smallest of things. So track your habits, track with a journal, track with an app. There's many ways to do that. Find what works for you, and you want to do this very, very, very important thing. You want to monitor your consistency. Where are you consistent? And even if you find that you're consistent in some negative habits, at least you found a good pocket of time that can be rewritten into something positive. But find out what your habits are. Find out what you are consistent in. I'm consistent in meditation. I'm consistent in prayer. I'm consistent in showing up. I'm consistent in creating. I'm consistent in communities. I'm consistent in teaching growth. I'm consistent. I'm consistent. I'm consistent. I can say so many other places. Get the picture because I've built that into my being. All right. For those who care to have that, put it into your being for. Move. Remove the friction. Make it easier to follow through. You want to prepare your environment. If your environment is in disarray, your mind is experiencing chaos, even if it's quiet chaos. If you can do something as simple as cleaning it up, decluttering, getting rid of clothes you have not worn in over 2 years, stuff that you got tags on for 7 years, it's just sitting there keeping you dust company. Get rid of it or honor the law of use. Clean up, seasonally clean out, clear out in your mind. Remove your friction, the conversations you draw into in your head when you're judging someone. Something happens and it takes you back through a whole loop of every time it's ever been done to you. Yeah, go through your loop. Not a problem. Find your trigger and start cleaning up. Clean up your mind, clean up your body, clean up your spirit. All right? So remove the frictions. I would also say that the friction of media as well. For those who are binging on stressful things and doom, don't do that. All right. And it's simple. I've given you 4 so far. I'm going to give you the 5th one. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Do not make excuses for yourself when you are not following through, when you are not showing up. Don't make excuses for yourself. Honor that. Stand on your business and correct it. And then when you have done exactly what you're supposed to do, celebrate you. Pat yourself on the back. Good job, B. I did a great job. I showed up. I did what I said I was going to do. I did it well, and I did it in time. Okay? Timely. However it falls in for you. Let it fall in. Tell somebody about your win. Talk to your community. Hey, listen, this is what I was able to do, and it was pretty freaking bomb, and I can't believe how well it went. It was wonderful. I'm blown away by however you're blown away. Share it. Put that on your media. Put some good stuff on your social media. Make public comments. Have your people celebrate with you. Okay? And I love posting the food for my big back folk who enjoy the big back ideations and want to climb in plates and have them fast just like I do. It is wonderful. So find your places of joy and consistency. Find yourself building habits and consistency. Find yourself measuring. Find yourself holding you accountable for the things that you said you would do. I'm not saying that folks, the things that you were voluntold to do, were thrown under the bus to do. But if you agreed to do this, whatever this is, you fill in your own blank, you agreed to do it, well, darling, do it. Do it. And if that means that you need to ask help for it to get it done, no shame in that. Ask for the help that you need and get it done. Let me check these messages real quick. Make sure I didn't lose something. On Riot List, that's freaking hilarious. Let's see. Do off. Oh, I can touch this and make it go in there and go off. Isn't that amazing? She's learning. Ooh. So, okay, I'm glad you won't Riot. Now that's nice. Show yourself, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, show yourself accountable. And it's not, there's no, I don't have any fire or hell to put nobody in. You understand? This ain't that. This is definitely the opportunity to reflect. This is definitely the opportunity to be honest and to measure. Where are you going? Like, for those who have reached those milestones in life, you're 21s, you're 30, you're 35, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, and on greatly. If you're still breathing, you're headed somewhere. Okay, are you fine with, I love how Halo says it, a perambulating plant. Are you happy with the perambulating? You know, just, or are you strategically pointed? Are you directed in your growing? Are you after something? Is there something that you are passionate about or you desire? Have you let your dreams become dry bones in a valley that God needs to speak to and ask you, can these dry bones live? Like, is it that right there? Where are you on the map of your life journey? Because we're still breathing, we're still in the body, right? We're alive and we have work to do. Where is your work? what is your work? And if you lost your path into understanding what that is, then chances are, it's time to pause and go back and find out. Go hunting for yourself. Go back into your releases, because that clogs up the spiritual system, so to speak, when you do not release. All right, so we have concluded our first conversation. That is done, and I said everything I need to say about being consistent, celebrating consistency. And again, happy 75th woohoo episode to SXP MetaMorphosis 365 gang. All right, we're gonna move into a bonus chat. Darlings, release. Let me start here, boom. Business begins in your body. Your business begins in your body. Okay, what does that mean, Melikia? It means that regardless of what you are experiencing in your natural, physical, tangible life, it has an origin in your spirit life. It has a residence in your body. It's living somewhere, camping out in you. That means that if you are experiencing joy and elation and peace and calm, it resides within you. If you are experiencing accomplishments and drive and momentum, it resides in you. Okay, your base. How we used to play tag and run from first to second to third to fourth base. Get home, you are home. Okay, if you are experiencing no peace, if you are experiencing chaos and stress, it resides in you. Now here's the key in the question. Is it yours, or have you accepted it, taking it, tucked it safely away in your being, and feeding it your energy and your life force so that it can exist and manifest outside of you? Was it given to you by somebody else, or did you create it? Were you a part of that situation, and now it has thread and hold on you? It is time to examine. It's time to go hunting in the body, honey, and find out what's in there. What is the business that's beginning in your body? Are you an unforgiving soul? Are you holding a grudge? Are you holding your righteousness, your pride, your arrogance, your everything in place because you better and somebody else needs to be punished maybe, and they did, da, 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 da. Pause. All that noise. It resides in you. It is for you to clean and clear it out. Some folks hold their breath and wait and die, wait on somebody to apologize. That apology ain't coming. Some folks will get an apology, sure. It still won't undo what's in there. That is on you. That is on you. And it's kind of sucky in a lot of ways for people who've experienced trauma, traumatic events where they have been essayed, taken advantage of, abused. I get it. And I am not at all making it minimal or minimizing your situation or circumstance. Just ain't that. But this is a reminder of your power. This is a reminder that you are loved, heard, seen, and known by sovereign divine God, that there is a plan for you, that there's an ability in you, that you are able to go inside and clean up the business that begins in you, so that when it is coming up out of you, i.e. when you're looking at your environment and your surroundings, when you're looking at how you've built life, when you look at your friend group, how many friends you got, boyfriend, girlfriend, okay? How many people are truly in your life? How many people are you showing up for? That will show up for you. That's some good measurement, baby. That's some good measuring. So I encourage you to go measure yourself, all right, first. This is not an exercise of, oh, you not that for me, nah, this ain't that. This is you. My children used to come to me, want to fuss and complain about what their brother or sister did. Well, this one did that. No. I don't mind hearing that. I'm going to listen. But first, tell me what you did. What did you do to participate in what's happening right now? And I ask you the same question. What have you done to participate in your outcomes right now? What have you done? I am truly one of those humans. I will sit and I look at, and when things go right, I'll be like, all right, this went well. I did this well. I did this well. I did this well. When it don't go, the way I think it's going to go, right? My quote unquote, I'm like, ooh, This is what I didn't do. This is what I didn't do. I do not waste my time lying to myself about who I am or who anyone else is. Get there. Get there. Because you will find a more peaceful, quiet mind, which is valuable. A lot of folks want to say priceless, and I can use that term, but baby, I'm going to say it's valuable. To have a peaceful place in your mind where you can just be quiet, be at ease. All right. And that took some building and some growth. So I encourage you, all right, to consider the business that's going on in your body. This is bonus conversation. Yes, I understand. But this is an opportunity for you really to look at you. How consistent are you? And in the places where you are consistent, are you happy about that consistency? Is it a positive consistency or is it a negative consistency? Does it feed you forward? Is it increasing your life force? Is it making you feel like $1,000,000 plus? Or is it making you feel like a trash panda, a low soul, a lonely only, a hider, a people pleaser? Take your inventory. Take your inventory and go back and press replay on this very episode and take your notes. And please, oh please, don't be a person who just hears. That's interesting. But be a person who does take the notes, does do introspection and inventory, does measure their tangible outcomes, does take an honest intake of their environment, does celebrate the beautiful wins, does build community, does serve and operate in your skills and gifts and talents, and put out what you came into this earth to leave here when you dip. Okay, be that human. And if you need help building you into that human, hey, Melikia, I need someone to come love me back to life. Y'all, I'm right here. I'm right here. And I look forward to serving you too. If you know that I am your life guide and your coach, you need that hand holding, you want that help, you want to grow into the you that you see you being, well, let me know. You can email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Life is sanctuary, the letters xp@gmail.com. And you can also straight directly hit, you can message Coach Me to 321-443-2495. That is for my absolute hey, I'm ready. I just need to know how to pay. 321-443-2495. You message Coach Me. If you got a conversation, a couple of questions, go ahead and email lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. If you, as a woman, know that you want to be at the next SXP 3-day, and baby, believe and trust me, you do, second weekend of March. We will have the things up on our website soon. And just let me know, hey, I want to be there so we can start saving space for you. Amazing things happen there. Y'all, I can't tell you enough. Amazing, incredible, life-changing things happen at SXP 3-day for the women. Life-changing and life-saving and life-giving things happen at SXP. It is amazing. And I can't thank God enough for that. I'm telling you, it blows my mind. Like I sit back and I'm like, okay, God, I was a part of that. That is wild. Okay, so back to the gratitude we go. Thank you so much, Troy, for kicking off this journey with me. I'm really grateful to you for all your help at the beginning to kind of get me oriented in podcasting. And then, of course, Sunshine Vibrations, that's on Friday at 7 p.m. podcast. And Sunshine Cromwell is the host of that. I encourage you to go and watch that on Blast Music 247 channel on YouTube and follow them. Because she's amazing. And she is the reason that I'm actually in this chair speaking with you guys today. So if you know her, just give her a high five and a thank you for talking about me behind my back in a good way. That prompted or was a catalyst for me coming in to sit in this chair and teach. All right. And make it an affordable opportunity for some, because some folks can't pay $250 an hour. I get that. And or afford a coaching package. I get that. So for you, even better. Bless God, you got 75 episodes of SXP Metamorphosis 365. You guys are welcome to inquire about my private group coaching. You're welcome to inquire about the master's classes and the pop-up culture that is off the chain, the firesides where it goes down for small groups of 9 of your own folks where I pull up to teach. It is, I do amazing things with amazing people. That's all I gotta say. If you're looking for a mischievous poet to come and perform, I'm also a mischievous poet, Letty Molotov. And you heard some of my work with the first video that was played, Inverted Love. So I have enjoyed this time with you. We are at our hour. It is time for me to go relax and drink some water and just chill. It was important to come and be with you guys after SXP. Sometimes I take that week completely off to just restore and renew myself, okay? Because I need love too. I be loving me back to life as well, and I have folks in my life who do too, which is, I'm so grateful for y'all. Ugh, can't say enough. Thank you, partner, for being amazing, being in the chair and tending. I'm grateful. Okay, y'all. Love y'all. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you back next Tuesday. Now, here's the thing. I may take my week, and this is just a heads up. If I take my off week the following week, then what happens is I may have someone, a special guest, come do a takeover for the show while I'm away. Other than that, I will be here, or a replay will be here, so you be here too, and be ready to grow. Now I have to find the buttons again. So have a good night. Love y'all. Mwah.